clothes on my back.
Clothes they'd swiped from a clothesline in Mexico, leaving payment, of course.
I bought spare clothes for you,
Mrs. Crandall assured her. Evangeline kept close to Jax all that day. He didn't blame her. Mr. and Mrs. Crandall were big and intimidating, both of them built like tanks. Their son AJ was just big and goofy, but Evangeline wasn't used to the company of people at all. Jax was the first friend she'd had since she'd been forcibly separated from her family as a child. She still acted a little shy around Riley, too, even though it was obvious she had a crush on him, and Riley had made it pretty clear he liked her back. But there wasn't time to let her get used to socializing with a bunch of people. Evangeline would be with them only 24 hours before she vanished again for a week, and they had plans to make. The Dulac clansmen who showed up at the pyramid were told you were dead, Riley informed her. But the 8th day is intact, so it's obvious an Emrys heir still exists, maintaining the spell. It's a fairly well-known fact that your father had 3 children, and the Dulacs also know one was lost years ago. He said it as tactfully as he could, but Evangeline still blinked back tears. Her younger brother had died at the hands of Wylet, the same kin madman who'd captured her. With only one Emrys heir left, or so they think, the Dulacs are going to be looking for your sister to prevent any more attempts by the kin to alter the spell, Riley continued. And what they call protective custody will really be servitude. They'll use her. If she's anywhere near as strong as you were up there on the pyramid, they'll use her magic for their own selfish purposes. Evangeline nodded solemnly. She was used to being sought by unscrupulous people, transitioners and kin alike. Jax thought it was a terrible burden she lived with, being a key to the 8th day spell that imprisoned dangerous kin in an alternate timeline. In some ways, Evangeline and her sister were the 2 most important people on the planet, and Jax, as the sole vassal of the Emrys family, felt a little inadequate for the job of protecting them. Thankfully, he had Riley's help.
We'll have to get to Adelina before they do, Evangeline said. Do you know where she's hiding?
No, but I know who does and where to find them, Riley said.
The Talismans?
Evangeline guessed, and Riley nodded. If you're in agreement, he went on, we can act next week, well, you're tomorrow, and after we find her, we'll come out of hiding. You and your sister. And me.
What do you mean?
Mr. Crandall broke in. I'm done hiding, Riley repeated, looking Mr. Crandall in the eye. From Ursula Dulac, especially. Once we have Evangeline's sister, I'm claiming my seat at the table. Mr. Crandall and AJ exchanged uncomfortable glances. Ursula Dulac was the head of the Dulac Transitioner clan, and was a powerful and corrupt leader who used her magic for personal gain. She had arranged for the assassination of Riley's family because the Pendragons wielded too much influence at the table. The Council of Transitional Lords descended from Knights of the Round Table. Riley's father had thwarted her attempts to influence normal politicians and complete shady business deals. Consequently, Ursula had not only taken action to remove him as an obstacle to her plans, she tried to wipe out his entire family. She didn't know one of the Pendragons had survived, and it wasn't surprising that the Crandalls were uneasy about her finding out. But Jax did wonder why Mrs. Crandall was now looking with concern at him instead of at Riley.
I agree with anything that reunites me with my sister,
Evangeline said.
You realize this puts you both in danger,
Mr. Crandall pointed out gruffly.
You'll be targets for anyone who wants to eliminate you.
He looked at Riley.
Or use you as a pawn.
He turned to Evangeline.
I'm accustomed to people trying to use me,
Evangeline replied simply. And I don't intend to be an easy target, Riley said, decisively ending that discussion. Evangeline offered to instruct the Crandalls on a way to protect this house from enemies who might be looking for them in the meantime.
I could do it myself, she said, but I think your talent is better for this type of protection.
At your service,
Mr. Crandall replied. He and AJ were both artisans with the talent of transferring magic into craftsmanship. AJ's specialty was tattoos, and Jax had heard that Mr. Crandall had a knack for making honor blades, from scratch, with a forge. The 8th day passed with them making plans for the following.